Hey friends, so I'm gonna make some tuna salad today. I have here some chunk lake tuna, which some people don't really care for. I like it just fine. I'm going to give my cat a treat. Meta gets a treat every time I make tuna because the juice is delicious to her. I'm using this cool OXO Good Grips. Can't really get it in the camera. But I'm using this cool OXO Good Grips can opener, which does a great job of just separating the lid so that it's not sharp and it's pretty trouble-free. And it even has this little gripper, which helps. So, with my clean hands, I'm going to pour off all of the liquid, most of the liquid, and then put all the meat into the can, and then this juice is going to go over here to Meta. And I'll give her the can too, because there's some chunks in there that she might like. I'm going to break up my meat just a little bit. It's mostly broken up. It's in a nice shredded form. Add a little light to the situation, maybe. All right, so one of the first things to note is that this meat is not seasoned. I mean, it might have salt in it, but it's not really seasoned in any real way. So I'm going to take a nice healthy pinch of salt and add that. I'm also going to take some pepper and add that. Just enough so that you can see it. I'm going to take this cool freeze-dried basil, which I have begun to fall in love with. It adds a nice, relatively real flavor of basil. I also have this freeze-dried garlic, which I'm going to add just a little bit, because I actually have some fresh garlic that's going to do a better job. Oh, and now I'm going to mix that up, try and pull it all together. And a lot of people like celery in their tuna salad. I don't really care for celery. I don't really like the taste of it. I don't mind it in tuna. It adds a nice crunch. But what I love, rather than relish, is pickles. And I happen to have these small holes like that. I'm going to take 2 of those. Close up my pickles and put them in the fridge where they belong. And then I'm going to take my pickles. I'm going to slice them up into rounds. just like so. And I also have these beautiful snacking tomatoes. I'm gonna take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably. Put the rest in the fridge. And just gonna slice those 1 or 2 times each. Add the seeds and all. There's a nice little bites. And I'm gonna take all that, mix it together so that it has a nice acidic bite and a little bit of fresh flavored moisture. I also have some fire roasted peppers. I'm going to take one of those. Having some trouble getting it out of the jar. Oh. Probably ought to give you a little view of my cutting surface. There's really no resistance at all in these peppers. They're for flavor, not crunch. But fresh peppers might be a little too overwhelming, whereas these roasted peppers really add a nice amount of flavor, moisture, a little bit of oil. Incidentally, the whole pickles are also hot pickles, which I think is nice. It's looking nice, nice color. I'm going to take some fresh minced garlic, which is going to add a nice bite. I want to say a teaspoon at most. Mix that all in. Put that back in my trusty fridge. I have this garlic mustard, whole grain mustard. I personally don't like this on sandwiches. I just think it's a little overwhelming. But in this mixture, it adds a nice earthy, garlicky, sweet tone. Of course, I have some sriracha. I'm going to add that sriracha just as a little dressing. And also some nice Kroger soy sauce for some umami tone. Not your mommy. Umami. some spinach, which is still nice and fresh. Move my bowl out of the way. I'm going to chop up, I want to say about a cup of spinach. Put that right back in the bag. Put that back in the fridge where it belongs. I'm going to take that, throw that on top of my tuna salad mixture and mix. And I think one of the great things about spinach is that despite its structure now, as soon as it has some time to meld with the other flavors, that spinach is really just going to wilt away and become a flavor element and a little bit of texture. And now with the spinach added, I'm going to add another nice pinch of salt. I'm going to take some sun-dried tomatoes. I want to say 1, 2, 3. These have a nice infusion of oil. I'm going to put those back in the fridge. Wash my oily fingers. Sorry, I have a little sniffle today. That's better. So here I have those sun-dried tomatoes. I'm going to cross-cut them. Just so that they're little squares. My whole operation is shaking here. Wash my knife of some of that oil. And I think that I was going to add some onion, but I think I'm going to hold off on that because we got enough going on in here. So one final mix before mayonnaise. Man, it smells good. And here I just have regular old mayo from Kroger. And I'm going to take a large tablespoon. I'm going to do 1, 2 dollops. I'm going to see how that does. Usually I do 1 heaping tablespoon per can, but this was a large can. I can already see that there's not enough of the dressing. Probably, maybe, we'll see. Has to break up and get spread around a little bit. But you want there to be a whitish tone to the tuna salad. It's part of its appeal, I think. I personally don't like I don't really care for mayonnaise, honestly. And I don't really care for fish, but for some reason, tuna salad is one of my favorite things in the world. Yeah, this is great. It's just got, everything's got a little glaze to it. Now I'm gonna free my spoon. I'm gonna press this all down so that it can meld. Nice and flat like that. And take all this stuff off the sides. Get it down into place. Take my mayonnaise and put it back in the fridge. And then I'm going to take some plastic wrap. Take some plastic wrap and stretch it out after it wants to bunch up. I'm going to press it down into the bowl. To make sort of a flat vacuum surface. And that's it. That is my mom's tuna salad with a lot of additions of my own. It does not have it does not have celery seed. It does not have poppy seed. It doesn't have some of the things that she would add, but more or less this is it. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the fridge and let it chill and meld for probably an hour or 2. Matter of fact, I probably won't have this until dinner, so it's probably going to go for a little while, 4 or 5 hours. And afterwards, it'll be a creamy addition to a Kaiser-based sandwich. I'll probably put some lettuce and possibly onion on that sandwich, but just a delicious treat. And fish, especially the chunk-like tuna, is pretty good for you. Thanks so much for spending some time. I really enjoyed sharing this with you. and I hope you like it. Have a good one.